What is up, guys? Logan here again with another video. We're talking about Palantir, doing some more technical analysis. As always, don't forget to leave a like on this video. Also, hit the subscribe button. 500 new subscribers in the last 28 days. Completely blowing my mind. So let's just keep getting those numbers up. This community is amazing. It's everything that I always wanted to have starting out as a YouTuber, and you guys are just the best. So do not forget to hit a like and just pat yourselves on the back too for me. So we're going to talk about Palantir again today. I want to talk about the technical charts a little bit and how these charts are lining up literally perfectly compared to a lot of other stocks trading right now. And we've talked about this before. I mean, even the RSI, everything is just lining up so well. So let's get into why Palantir fell. We'll kind of get into the timing and why I think this was a much needed pullback after last night's gap up. Because I think when gap ups happen, there's a lot of selling pressure, especially in the morning, right? So you might see a little bit of action of people who, got FOMO from the night before, large influx volume. Like, man, I knew I should have bought it at 28. Now it's 33.50. So then they buy. Little did they know they could have got it a little bit later. The lowest it was what, 26.20. Right around there. Let's hop into the technical chart. I'm on the 5-minute chart for anybody who doesn't know. This is also the VWAP for the purple line, and then the blue line, if you're new here, is my 180-day EMA. So let's get into the technicals on it. Everything was looking good right in the morning. I was really surprised, honestly, because we gapped up. What was that, like a $5 to $6 gap up, which is huge when it comes to stocks that trade in this $10 to $30 range. So then we got a sell. Came down to consolidate and kind of sit on the VWAP, and then at 9:55 we sold all the way below the VWAP. And now this is where we're kind of in an interesting spot, right? Because we have the EMA here, and we're kind of in this little area that I like to call no man's land. And that's where you're trading in between the VWAP when you're underneath it, but also still above the EMA. Generally, if your stock is trading above the VWAP and the EMA is below the VWAP, that's a good sign, right? Like you see here, shows signs of bullishness. But when you break the VWAP and the EMA is still here, this is like your next level of support, right? So you get candles, and we consolidated really hard on it until we got this break. And this wasn't a clear break, but the next one was a very clear break, saying, okay, we're going to fall out of this range now. And when this happens, you're really in no man's land, because there's really, you're starting to look at where the next support level's at. Support is super subjective, as many people know. I mean, there's literally multiple places. You could say support's here at 27.14. You could also say, no, the real support's right here at 28.18, right? Like with all the candlesticks. But I really think if you just stick to the EMA and the VWAP and see that, okay, if you get this clear break, this means, you should have, if you entered this morning, of course, you get a clear break at the VWAP. That's when I exit my positions. But let's say you did hold on to it and watched it consolidate here. When you saw that clear break, that would be a sure sign to get out of your position if you're, of course, trading the stock, and different from like an investing mindset. But I think this pullback, we were due for it technically on the charts. And then that Citron news came out, and they talked about why they called Palantir a casino stock. And I can totally understand why they say that, because of how much volume the stock gets. And some people don't even know what the company does. So I can see where people are coming from that perspective. But at the same time, too, I'm neither bullish nor bearish on Palantir in general. I'm neutral because I'm a trader. So when you're a trader, you just kind of work with what the market gives you. Now, I didn't trade this today. And this morning, though, I was looking at positions and contracts to see if we would get more of a clear movement, because I assumed we'd have to pull back after that gap up overnight. So with the technical charts needing a pullback, which I will show you guys even on the 20-day, if you see here, I mean, we're way above the EMA, just very extended at this point when we gapped up overnight. And we got the pullback that I think brought us back to a pretty reasonable level now. As you can see, kind of this trend line that you could draw right here, right, where all the support is. So it's definitely less extended now and more of a reasonable entry than it was this morning. And that's the other thing I want to show you guys too, even on the 5-day, 5-minute. Right here, I mean, it's still the price that you would have grabbed it on Wednesday. So it's not a big deal, right? You don't want to be buying right at the top every morning. if you're going to invest in shares for the long term, because you can definitely just wait and get better prices. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this pullback was natural. It was due to happen, so don't panic because of it. Don't panic buy or panic sell a stock. But this is kind of the analysis that I've been looking at, and with the Citron news coming out, that really pushed a lot of the new investors away. And then also it was just due for a pullback. It's very emotional when stocks are traded with heavy volume. We saw NEO pull back really hard that one day, right? And it's because they have a lot of emotional traders who are new, who hop on trends, when a lot of the real smart money was hopping in NEO back in like the $20 range, and now it's in the 50s. So it's really crazy to see, but I think Palantir is a pretty solid future overall. Now, I really like them for the long term, as you guys know, but I'm a trader throughout like the weeks. I do a lot of swing trading, a lot of day trading stuff, so I really like how the technical charts lined up. But for anybody who is buying shares or wanting to know what happened to Palantir, basically just the two things of Citron coming out with the article saying that it's like a casino stock right now, because people are just throwing money at it and don't even know what it is, which I totally understand. And then also the other thing is just technically, like, look at the technical charts, it was due for a pullback. So this is actually a good thing, in my personal opinion. Now, some people and some companies and articles are saying Palantir's coming back to 20. I don't believe so. I believe we might pull back one more time, but I think we'll start to consolidate again and then make another bigger move up. But I don't think, honestly, that we'll fall below 20 since we are already up there. But that's just my opinion from what I see. And with market conditions, right, I mean, we hit a new all-time high on SPY this past week and in the Dow Jones. So let's say the markets do pull back a little bit. This could pull back with it. But if they keep roaring, this could keep roaring with it as well. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. But that's going to be everything for this video today. I just wanted to chat about Palantir real quick, like I have been, and just saying it's so phenomenal. I definitely would have traded it today if I would have been watching it when this did a clear break. I'd watch Zoom all morning because of their earnings coming up. So I'm really curious to see what kind of movement we continue to get out of Palantir. But I'm really excited about this pullback personally, because now you can get stuff at better prices. We can also see a more realistic price on this stock because of such a crazy gap up overnight. But just remember, this is a short-term thing, so look at your investments with a long-term strategy and mindset, and you should do pretty well. So that's going to be everything for me, but I hope you guys have a great day today, and I appreciate all the support as always. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah, the next video is going to be about the mindset of an options trader and how you can continue to use your option profits to then roll into stocks for the long term and continue to make money with money that you already made from trading.